This is the comparison video you never asked for. Greetings guys, this is Kwesi of King Coconut Photography, and in this video I want to compare these 50mm prime lenses from Canon, the Canon 50 1.8, the Canon 50 1.4, and the Canon 50 1.2. I want to test out these lenses and see which lens is right for you. If you're on the market for a 50mm lens, you need to get one of these lenses. These are the best lenses Canon has for the RF lineup. I have tried all of them. The results will actually shock you. To test out these lenses, I have a very good friend of mine who is going to be joining us. She's going to be our model for today. Some of you might already know her. So I'll be shooting with a Canon R6 Mark II to test out these lenses. Kind courtesy of Impact Photo Store and Flow Shop. They gave me the 51.2, which I don't own. This is going to be like the beast of both of the 50s. So I'm going to test them out on Z today. So we're going to test out the sharpness, the autofocus, the rendering, also the build quality, and also the price of all of these lenses. So stay tuned for all of that in this video. So Z, how are you feeling?
Good.
Are you ready for today?
Yes.
I know we are behind time, but thank you for making time to do this for us. Yeah, so I'm going to gear up and then see where it goes. Okay. So I'm starting the shoot with the Canon 50 1.2, the beast of all the lenses. I'm shooting at f1.2, obviously. So we're going to start with a cropped image in terms of not a full body to see. Okay, hold that. Hold on. This also isn't bad. So turn your head this way slightly. Yes, good. Okay, I'm doing full shot now, full body. Okay, now don't smile. Yeah, and chin down. Chin down. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So I have some full body shots from the 51.2, and I'm going to have a tight shot now. Can you have your hands this way? Yes, good. And turn your body slightly this way. Yes, good. Good. Turn your head slightly this way. Yes. So now look at me. So I've switched to the Canon 50 f1.4 VCM lens, and I'm trying to shoot the full body now. 1/640. Okay, so can you turn slightly this way? Yes, good. Seriously, the 50 1.2 is phenomenal. I thought I was using a different 50. This is my 50. The 50 that I love and I trust and I swear by. When I shot with the 51.2 and I switched to this, it felt like I'm using a different lens altogether. I'll show you the results. Okay, so I'm still on the 51.4. I'm doing a half body shots now of Z. Okay. Yeah, now turn your body slide this way and chin down and look at me. Good. And I'm going to do a close-up now of the 50. Good, now have your hands come in like that. Yes, good. Good. Nice, and the tight. Okay. I've switched to the 50 1.8, the Nifty 50. It's a very beautiful lens, very sweet lens. Okay, can you come here slightly? Yes, okay. Okay, so to compensate, because it's a 1.8, I have to go down my shutter to 1/500, and I'll increase my exposure a bit. Okay, can you come here slightly? Yeah. Good. Now I'm gonna do coming closer. Good. Turn your head slightly. Yes. Okay. Now bring your hands close. Yes. Good. Good. Now I'm gonna do close up. Okay. Good. Currently, we're trying to test out the bokeh of all the lenses, the 1.2, 1.4, 1.8 lenses. And in order to do that, I've placed Z in a spot where it has lots of buildings in the background, lots of things going on in the background, so that we see how the rendering is going to be with all of the lenses. So I'm starting with the 1.2 now, and okay, ISO 100, 1.2, and I'm going to go full body. So I've tried 3 different areas where I could get the bokeh in the shots, so you guys can see how the rendering is going to be on. So yeah, 10 over here. Good. Good. Okay, so I switched to the 51.4 BCM lens. So Z is also still in the same place. So I shot her over against the buildings, and I'm going to shoot her against this building over here, where you see the bokeh like that. There's some light in there that creates like nice rendering. So I want us to test out how the bokeh balls is going to be, to see how shallow the lens is going to be at 1.4. So Z, can you come forward a bit? Come. Yes. Okay. So this 1.4. Okay, I'm going to go down a bit. Okay. Good. Can you turn slightly this way? Yes. Now I'm going to have a stand against the glass, the doors, and then I'm going to test out the bokeh over here. Come forward. Yeah. Okay. And 10. Yes. Good. Good. Okay. Let me try and get a full. So we're on the Canon 50 1.8 now. I'm going to test out the same settings also on this lens and see how it also performs. So Z, can you come back to the same spot? And okay. Good. So because it's a 1.8 lens, I would have to step down a little bit. I'm trying to keep all the ISO at ISO 100. Yes, good. Now let's come face me against the building here, and then try and see the balls in the. Okay. Yes. Oh. Yeah. Lovely. We're currently trying to test out the autofocus of all of these lenses, and I'm currently on the Canon 51.4 trying to test out the autofocus. Since this is a relatively new lens which came out just last year, and using a relatively newer motor, the VCM, let's see how it holds up. So I'm going to see how fast it changes. It picks focus on here, and since it's eye autofocus too, yeah, that's actually kind of fast. Let me see how fast it is. Okay, can't do very fast. Okay, so Z, I want you to turn away and turn back at me. Yes, so 3, 2, 1, and 10 towards me. Okay, hold on. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, that's still fast, and as you can see, because it has the eye autofocus activated, it's able to pick focus really fast. So that means that it will do well in terms of moving subject as well, speaking the eyes, and yeah, so that's actually kind of cool with the autofocus on the Canon 50 1.4 I don't know if you can tell, but when I'm trying to change focus, the camera is vibrating. It's vibrating in my hand. The 51.2 is using a USM lens, a USM motor, as compared to the 51.4, which is a VCM, which is a much more faster and current motor. Now onto the Nifty 50, the Canon 51.8, trying to test out the autofocus on this lens. And I'm gonna, okay, so this one also has picked the eye and the face tracking. So I'm gonna switch between. Okay, so this one has minimal vibrations as well. Even though this is using an STM lens, I don't feel the vibration as much as I do with the 51.2 lens. Shoot, shoot. Okay, so see? So this is a little bit slower. Obviously, it's a STM lens. So Z, I'm going to have you turn around all the way. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, see how slow the 50 is. But even though it's slow, it still got her face in focus. Yeah, still got her face in focus, but as compared to the 1.2, which got her all in full motion. Yeah, so even with the cheap 51.8, it still gets the job done. It still delivers. So I'll give the autofocus speed to the 51.4, obviously because it's a newer lens that came out just last year as compared to the 1.8 and then the 1.2 lenses. But the 1.2, even though it was a little slow in terms of picking the eye, all the pictures were sharp. And as you can tell with the 51.8, it struggled a little bit to get her into focus. But even though it struggled, the pictures were still sharp. Yeah, so with all the lenses, the autofocus is good, but I'll give it up to the 51.4 VCM lens. So there are a couple of standout features with all of these lenses in terms of their build quality. Starting with the 51.8 lens, as the name goes, Nifty 50, the build quality is not as robust, even though it feels and looks good. And when you compare all these three lenses, that's the only one that is not weather sealed. The 51.4 and the 1.2 is weather sealed, except the 51.8. And when you look at the 51.4 lens, in terms of the build, it sits in between the 1.2, which is very heavy and robust, and the 51.8. It sits it's between like the sweet spots. The 50, when I shoot with it, it doesn't feel too heavy. When you pair it with the R6 or even the R8 or even the Canon EOS R, it feels good in the hand. It feels solid. The rings are very, very, very very tactile, and it has some buttons over here for video photographers as well, which the two of these lenses don't have. So it has this aperture over here that you can easily just rotate to get to change your f-stops for videography. Helps for videography. These lenses don't have that, and I think because it's a relatively newer lens, they incorporated that into this. And when you come to this beast of a lens over here, it's very heavy. If you're not somebody who goes to the gym, you would actually feel the weight when you're shooting with this most of the time. So with me, I shoot a lot of weddings, and most of the times when I'm shooting weddings, I'm shooting 80 to 90% of the time with the 51.4. That's the reason why I switched to this lens. It's not a cheap lens as compared to the three of them. 1.8 costs probably under $400. The Canon 51.4 is currently on the market for I think $1,004, and the Canon 51.2 is over $2,000. So you see where the prices are in terms of all of these lenses. And so the question you might ask is, who are these lenses for? This lens is for everybody, anybody, a creative, a photographer, portraits photographer, anybody who's shooting portraits, who's shooting anything at all. You need a 50 lens in your arsenal. If you are shooting, even if you don't shoot primes, you should have this because it's relatively cheap. You should have it in your arsenal. Anytime you want to pull it out, you're good to go. It pairs well with the R8. It has a small form factor as well. And when you move to the 51.4, I love this lens so much in terms of the size, the weight, how the lens feels, how it shoots. It shoots very, very good. When I started shooting with it, I used to say that it shoots like an 85. It's really, really beautiful lens. But the price is actually not as bad. It's not cheap, it's expensive. But looking at what you are getting from this lens, it's worth the money that I paid for it for this lens. But when it comes to this beast of a lens over here, I keep calling it a beast, but I think, yeah, the name speaks for itself. It's a huge, massive impressive, beautiful lens, the 1.2. If you have the money, definitely, who is this lens for? For somebody who is a professional, who knows what they want, who loves bokeh, who loves, who's doing a lot of pictures that needs a 50 prime. This lens is for you. You can't go wrong with this lens at all. Hopefully I might upgrade to this lens, but not anytime soon. For what I'm doing, this lens gives me, the 51.4 gives me plenty of all of that I need. Yeah, so if you're on the market for a 50, you should definitely check these lenses out, but definitely consider this lens. It's cheap, it's lightweight, but it gets the job done. I've shot a couple of times with it in the studio, at weddings, at portraits, and it's actually quite good for video, for photo. It's excellent. This lens will give you all that you need. But if you have the money to splurge, definitely go for this lens. You can tell from the pictures that I'm going to share. And I just wanted you to know that all the pictures that we shot from these shoots, I'm going to put the raw files in the description so you guys can go download them and edit them for yourself and actually see the sharpness and all how they look on the computer. Yeah. So if you enjoyed this video, definitely subscribe and leave a like. I hope you found value in this video. Until I come in again next time, Anansi out.